What's up, weaves? Welcome back to Anime Lane. I'm Notorious. Joining once again today is Shaun.
Yo.
And Melina. No, it's not season 3. This is still season 2. Don't do it.
Do it.
Don't
Do it.
Don't
Do it.
don't
Do
What?
it.
It's not season 3. This is still season 2.
Do it, girl.
Oh.
No,
I believe in you.
It's not season 3.
High five again.
No, I can't read.
Christ.
Proud.
Well, yeah, we're drawing in on the close of season 2. We've still got 2 more episodes after this one to come out. So yeah, this is our last sort of like who the fuck knows episode. We're
Yeah.
sort of gonna see where it goes. I think we have a vague starting point.
Yeah,
We do. We
Um,
have
drama
like a
to
topic.
discuss.
Yeah, Watcher, some YouTube
Yeah,
guys.
so
This is gonna be fun
Watcher.
to talk about because none of us have watched this.
No.
series.
I feel like I somehow know the most about it, even though none of us watch it.
Yeah.
It's just I was in the whole BuzzFeed sphere
Mhm.
when that was
Okay.
like happening.
Yeah.
I was prime audience,
Mhm.
as some would say. So it's like these two guys that on BuzzFeed were like, let's do a paranormal type
Mhm.
of show. And it was so simple. It was just them in a room chatting back and forth about like talking through the stories,
Uh-huh.
so to say. And it was just black screen, both had a color, and it would pop up as they speak.
Okay.
So
Super
a
simple.
podcast.
Yeah.
Kind of like a podcast.
We've done this before.
Yeah.
we could do that.
That's just our whole MO.
yeah.
This is literally our creepypasta
Yeah.
episode from that.
And it gained popularity very fast because the two, main guys, they had a good dynamic. And
Yeah.
so it became a bit more expansive where they would, visit the sites of some of these
Okay.
iconic paranormal things where my personal favorite quote comes from. Fuck you, Goat Man. When they went,
Fuck that goat man.
You know the Goat Man Bridge in the U.S.
Oh yeah.
I think
yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, they went there,
Cool.
and one of the guys just started calling, "Come
Fuck
and
you,
get
Goat
me!
Man.
Fuck you, Goat
Come
Man!
get
I'm on
some."
your bridge, bitch." So yeah, they had a fun dynamic, and I think they were one of the last like popular shows to leave BuzzFeed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of people after that, because the Try Guys left. I believe Sophia Nygaard was a big part of that.
I
And
knew.
this is my sphere.
I know nothing about BuzzFeed. I did not realize Try Guys was
Did
from them.
What?
No.
Not a single
Oh my
clue.
God.
Melina, I have not interacted anything BuzzFeed related since 2015.
I occasionally
wish.
do the
Yeah.
I occasionally do the quizzes. I've never
Yeah.
interacted with BuzzFeed outside of that.
I got out of
I
that
know
hole.
everything about this,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Jesus.
I fell into a hole with like a bunch
Yeah.
of YouTube channels of BuzzFeed like 2015, and then I was like, I gotta stop, no
Mhm.
more.
This is not healthy.
And I crawled my way out of that hole. And never went back.
But yeah, you guys probably noticed the trends, like why I love BuzzFeed. And
Yeah,
overall,
yeah.
it was like
I have seen
it's not
that.
great. Fuck you. Why do you know about this?
I'm on a different sphere
Yeah.
of YouTube. That's
well,
I think my
fair.
thing.
I think so. The Try Guys were like the first group to kind of leave,
Mhm.
and that was like I think the biggest moneymaker for the
Yeah.
BuzzFeed.
Ah, okay.
So it was a bit of a holy shit.
So they were the
They
big
did
one.
that. Yeah, and then people were, oh well, I'm only staying with BuzzFeed for BuzzFeed Unsolved, the
Mhm.
title
Yeah.
of the show.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I know this.
Yeah,
now.
I know of BuzzFeed Unsolved. I didn't realize the Watcher
Yeah.
guys were the guys.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realize either.
and so there was another show on BuzzFeed where they would compare like the cheapest version of a food versus the most expensive version of a food.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds like
that was
BuzzFeed.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the guy that hosted that, along with the guys from BuzzFeed Unsolved, went out and created their own company.
Ah, okay.
So that's where we are. They called it Watcher and basically continued their content, arguably more production value added
That's
to
sort
it.
of what
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah. Like it's still their own fun stuff.
Mhm.
They knew their audience well enough. They had a Patreon and all that
Yeah.
At the time,
at the time.
they knew their audience at the time.
Yeah.
That's the thing I find baffling about this. They had a Patreon
Yeah.
Yes.
that was making money,
Just to jump the gun to where
Mhm.
this ends up. Yeah.
and they made the decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So like a week ago from now-ish, time of recording.
yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
They released the video saying that they were gonna leave
We're
YouTube.
leaving YouTube. Just immediately set fire to your own career. Cool.
We're too big
Yeah.
for this platform.
Yeah, basically them saying like, oh, our videos cost a lot to make.
Mhm.
We need, even though we have fucking sponsorships and
Yeah.
Patreon, we are gonna now exclusively release our content on
Yeah.
our own streaming platform that costs $4.99.
This is what gets me. Not just that they had their own Patreon. They had the gall to think they could make their own personal
Yeah.
streaming service for their internet show. Not even like Nebula or something.
That's the thing. There's fucking services right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, people were kind of pissed.
Well, I was pissed and I had nothing.
You don't even watch it.
No.
You
Yeah,
don't know.
I was kind of
Just
fucking
the-
annoyed.
As someone who can kind of now call themselves a content creator, this is just the most baffling fucking decision
Yeah.
you can make. Because for us, looking at it long term, we want to grow our audience to the point that we can open a Patreon and you know, start kind of funding things.
That is the end goal for us right
Yeah.
now.
And it's like, if you have that, if you have the audience and you have the money coming in, why
Why do this?
why burn London Bridge?
Yeah.
Like they had so many like revenues of income that people don't care if you use sponsorship in your videos
Yeah.
nowadays.
That's it. They had
No
the
one
Patreon and the
cares.
sponsorship.
Like
And they
literally.
do tours, which is you make so much money doing tours. Because their show, from what I know very little, but from what I know, it's legit. The two guys talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get a couch.
So they save a lot that bands have to fork out for tours because bands
Yeah.
make very little money on tours.
Because
And
they have
that's
all
why-
all the expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why their merchandise is there and stuff like that because they have to mostly make the revenue off of that.
Yeah.
Whereas for YouTube tours, you're going to make a little bit more off the top
Absolutely.
because it is significantly less work, quote unquote.
Than traditional bands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the traditional
Yeah.
Because
band tours.
there's just less people.
Uh-huh.
And,
Yeah.
you know, you have less roadies, you know, stage setup is probably way
Yeah.
smaller.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a good way to make money.
Smaller, yeah.
And again, merch alongside that, like they were making fine money. They could have just, you know, scaled down production a bit
Yeah.
and been like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, let's watch, you know, our income a bit. And
Because
that could've fixed
ultimately,
it.
the takeaway I've seen from this, from the fan reaction, is that it's pretty much just to fuel their lifestyles,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which isn't, it's insane. That's
That's
an
kinda-
insane
Yeah.
decision.
That's kind of shitty,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because like apparently, I don't watch their content. I just kind of absorb knowledge through
Yeah.
hearsay.
Yeah.
We're experts on this.
One of the guys just owns a fucking Tesla, and that's like his running joke. And I'm like,
Nice to see it has a personality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely has one of the personalities on
yeah,
the
he-
internet.
He, picked one of the three options.
Yeah.
Like, eeny, meeny, yeah.
Really? You went with Elon?
And like, I feel that nowadays, moving away from YouTube is the worst thing you can do.
Oh,
absolutely.
100%.
Because it's just the standard.
Yeah, YouTube is the hub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
exactly.
biggest way to immediately tank whatever audience you've
Exactly.
built up.
Because I remember when Spotify first came and not all artists were on it.
Yeah.
Now if you're an artist and you're not
Yeah.
on Spotify, I'm not listening to you.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I'm not downloading another app for that. I'm not listening through YouTube Music. So
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
We are on Spotify and YouTube
Yeah.
for reasons.
We're everywhere the podcast can be found because if you're not, you know, it's
You
like
won't listen.
You're just
Yeah.
cutting off audience.
Exactly. So I'm like, why cut off YouTube? You're most profitable.
Yeah.
Like fucking
yeah, like
thing.
AdSense is in the toilet, but it has been for years.
Yeah,
that ain't
like,
new.
Sponsorships are at an all-time high.
Yeah.
And they have the best audience to market to. It's long form content that people sit through and want to watch.
Yeah.
They make little skits with their sponsorships. Fucking companies love that.
Yeah.
And they were like, we don't want to do it anymore. It taints our content. It was like, we don't care.
At this
No.
point in time, also, nobody cares if a content creator has a sponsorship.
No,
anymore.
that's
No.
it. Yeah, it's
The
just
vast
the norm
majority
now.
of people like understand completely why sponsorships exist because the YouTube ad space is shit.
Yeah.
But, so sponsorships make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care that you're doing like a 1 minute thing. This episode today is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I
Yeah.
know you don't give a shit about Raid Shadow Legends, but get that coin.
If you're
Hell
if you're
yeah.
worried about tainting your content, you can go the fun route and just make the sponsorships entertaining
Yeah.
themselves. Like I mean, Tomska and all that does that all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will actually click on a Tomska video, being like, "I can't wait to see what the sponsorship looks
Yeah.
like this time."
That's always like the
It's
big
me.
thing.
I'm
about
some
it.
people.
That's one of the big things about their videos now. Is it's like you don't just get the video, but you're always like, what are they going to do next with the sponsorship? Like, what's their next?
What are they gonna get away with?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they going to get the Ofcom on their back because they've stepped a bit too far?
Oh, I can't wait.
I think they just maybe they didn't realize.
How can you not?
Yeah, you can't. How can you be anywhere in this sort of like sphere and not know
Yeah.
this basic shit?
Because they'll have all the analytics.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for a
They'll
big
have-
show like them.
Yeah. Because like if you're doing a sponsorship, you're probably getting analytical feedback on that
Yeah.
as to how well that is performing for that company.
Yeah.
You also have the YouTube analytics, and if it's a channel that size, they have access to way more than we do.
Yeah.
They've got like it functions better for them. Kind of, it's still YouTube. They'll have their Patreon analytics,
Yeah.
and they'll have all of these, like they'll probably have someone who does all this shit.
That's
for
what I
them
was
as
thinking.
well.
Yeah, they'll have like actual analysts. and
Yeah,
stuff.
they'll have someone who understands that shit and isn't just looking at a graph going up and down like I do when I look at the YouTube
Yeah.
Studio app.
like if they're smart anyway, they'll have those people
Yeah.
like ready and waiting.
I think it's kind of sad that YouTube has become almost too big for its own shoes in a way.
It is quite the monopoly.
Yeah.
At this
Yeah,
point.
it's like what like big YouTubers are no longer run by one person. Or like a group of people that did everything. They did writing, editing,
Yeah.
everything. Everything is now company based, which in some cases I think can work out. It's a smarter decision to get more content out.
I think
and
it
quality.
depends where you're looking on YouTube or who you're watching.
Yeah.
A lot of the content creators I watch are still like one person.
Yeah.
Same. Like this sort of ties in, I guess, with like Lady Emily I've been watching. She talks about how she's got like a sort of company that like helps her with like
Yeah.
her stuff, but it's still mainly run by her.
Yeah, and it's the same with like the person she writes for.
Yeah.
Is it Sarah
Zed?
Sarah Zed, yeah.
Something along those lines.
And then you've got like Johnny.
Yeah.
Of
Some call me Johnny.
some Call Me Johnny.
Because we can't just say Johnny.
No,
Oh,
no.
I was like, who?
Because like we don't personally know him.
no. and I think it is strange where like I don't know, there's so many other options that they could have chose.
It's baffling that they
Yeah.
chose this decision.
Because like people like Lady Emily, H-Bomber Guy,
Yeah.
Sarah Zed, all work with Nebula and they have exclusive videos on there. It doesn't take away from the content they put out on YouTube,
Yeah.
but they do have some exclusive
Incentives.
stuff up there. So there's incentive to subscribe to that. But to wholly cut off your own foot,
Yeah.
Your main foot.
'Cause
your main foot,
Because they legit wanted to just no more uploads.
yeah,
Maybe like a teaser trailer for something, but that's
that's the worst way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
legit. I think if they wanted to do this, get some networks involved.
yeah,
They would love that. They see your viewership. They like that. If people would watch that,
yeah.
like so many YouTubers that have done well are entering like the TV like atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like fucking Rosanna Panzino, one of the like longest time bakers on YouTube, is now a host of a bunch of baking shows.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Try Guys had a TV show
Yeah.
This
during the oof time, so no one knows
Yeah.
about it. But
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
That it was just bad timing.
Might be somewhat related, but like remember like YouTube Red and stuff.
Oh
like
my
we don't
god,
talk
yeah.
about
we
YouTube
don't talk
I
about
know,
that.
but like my point here is that like stuff like Vsauce was doing shows on
Yeah.
like that, and that
Yeah.
was very much like a TV show, but they got networks involved in that, and obviously that was still part of YouTube.
Remember Markiplier had like a series.
Yeah.
Oh
there
my
as
god,
well.
yeah. I mean, sort of
PewDiePie
game
as well.
theory.
PewDiePie.
Oh
Game
my
Theory,
God.
Game
yeah.
Theory.
Yeah. It was a huge thing.
Yeah.
YouTube.
And then it collapsed because no one was paying for
Yeah, fuck
YouTube.
it. I'm not paying for
It
that.
is so weird that YouTube has now more people paying for it that since it's changed to premium
Yeah,
than when
Red.
it was red. Because premium offers you no ads.
yeah. Well, that's a pretty good.
Whereas
incentive right
red
there.
wasn't marketed at all properly.
No,
It was
it
just like I
offered
have
this-
another show on this
Yeah.
YouTube Red, and people were like, okay,
I'm not paying for that.
I don't care though. You're
But-
still making content here.
It
why
offered
would I?
the same incentives. As
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it just didn't market it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But yeah, Watcher also uploaded a second video
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
where they were like, "Oh, fuck."
Uh,
First
This,
of all,
this is the part I didn't look into, but like,
Yeah.
much into. By the way, I just know they've made a response.
Mm-hmm.
they were like, "Oh, we now recognize that saying $5 is not a lot." was a bit.
No way.
Anyone could have told you that.
Yeah, I
Wasn't
was
there like some streamer that had like a meme where she was like being, it's only $5,
Yeah.
and that was a huge like.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Backlash.
that was it Pokemon?
I don't know. her.
No, I mean she's done something like that, but it was a smaller stream that just did talking streams.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember her. She got pissed that no one was willing to give $5.
Yeah.
If you were willing to spend the time there with her, you would
Yeah.
be willing to spend
I
$5
remember
for your
that.
entertainment.
Like that ain't how it works.
Yeah, no, come on. Like, be thankful for those that do, but also
Yeah.
recognize not everyone's able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big thing, really.
Yeah, and I don't know if they've changed the price ultimately of their streaming service, but they've said it's now basically fucking Patreon.
Which they already have a
you
Patreon.
you just get their content a month in advance.
A month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Most people just do like a
week.
week.
I have heard
that's-
some
yeah.
like do a month, but like most people do a week.
But this
Yeah.
would be for their like streaming service. So I suppose that's why they're like, okay, we'll give them way more, and that may incentivize people to get more.
I guess
It won't.
But
People will just wait a month.
yeah.
Why would you pay for something that you were used to getting for free? Like I don't even know if I have a favorite channel. It just changes so much that I don't even know. But if my favorite channel, like right now, was suddenly like, you know what? Now you gotta pay. I'm like, fuck you. I was getting it for free. I'm not gonna pay for that. I'll
Yeah,
find something else.
Yeah.
Like I'll put like my comparison there. My favorite YouTuber, some call me Johnny. I followed his stuff literally over a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's great. He's a fantastic guy. If he suddenly was like a complete change 180 on his
Yeah.
character because he would absolutely hate doing
Oh
this.
yeah,
but,
he would never do it.
But
Like-
say he would.
But let's say he has a complete swap in personality and he was like the anti Johnny comes in.
Yeah.
And he's just
Evil's
like
twin brother comes in.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Yanni.
And he's just like, okay, I am completely done with YouTube. I'm making my own streaming service that you now have to pay $5.99 for my content. I'd be like,
Yeah, fuck right off.
I'm going back to Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not worth it.
No.
I'm done with you. You betrayed me, John.
Like, I remember early days of YouTube, every now and then I would have the thought, if I was only allowed to watch one channel, what would I watch?
Oh.
And like, I feel like some YouTubers don't think that.
That's an interesting
Like
question.
I think a lot of YouTubers think that they're the only person
Exactly.
you're watching.
That's
Yeah,
the
and-
problem.
I feel like some of the best YouTubers are ones that they know that they're
Yeah.
not, and they,
Yeah.
so they give you their time and hopefully
Yeah.
be entertaining.
I
Yeah.
like the atmosphere that we have now, where so many of like people in the same community just collab and are like, go check
Yeah.
out their stuff. It's basically the same content I do. They do it their way, and that's so fun.
In a weird way, it's kind of like why I like VTubers now as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of collabs there, and they're like, hey, check out them or do that or whatever.
Yeah.
Specifically like independent stuff as well,
Yeah.
like with Amelie and like Sayu and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was a tangent, but like still, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like it is
If you could choose one YouTube channel,
I
because the thing we wouldn't choose.
No.
We
couldn't.
don't watch.
I don't work like that. I ping pong between
Yeah,
a whole
same.
bunch
Yeah,
of
like
different-
it would suck
yeah.
big
Yeah.
time
I would choose a different thing every 2-3 days.
because I need that variety of content.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
the same.
stick to one thing.
It depends, like, because I go through different like phases of what different content
Yeah.
I need. Sometimes it's just like the mindless shit that Smosh do. No
Yeah.
offense
Hell
to
yeah.
them.
Hey, they know it's mindless.
Yeah.
They thrive on
Yeah.
on all of that.
And other times I need like the sort of like review stuff that like Johnny does,
Yeah.
or the sort of like analytical essayist
Yeah.
stuff that Lady
Yeah.
Emily does. It's like it depends where I'm at. What content?
Yes.
It's like asking you to pick just one TV channel
Yeah.
to watch. There was
One
a
TV
time,
show.
one TV
Yeah.
show actually. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And that's the only entertainment you get.
hmm
Yeah, that's it.
Oh
Or
my
one
God.
video game series.
Oh
forever.
fuck that.
Yeah, see, it's. I don't think YouTubers realize, and I hope it's gonna become a bigger thing, that we don't want only you.
Yeah.
We think you're cool.
Mhm.
You're cool.
You're
you make
part of
great
a palette.
content, but if I had to give you up, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care for you that much.
Like
No offense.
like I said, yeah, like I said, I love Some Call Me Johnny and his channel and stuff, but like I'm not sticking with him just like purely forever.
Yeah.
I gotta I can't stick with Johnny. I'd have to move on to like maybe like Snapcube or Smosh or Lady Emily or H Bomber Guy or whatever. I need that variety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because never in my life, if someone was like, "Oh, I listen to your podcast," I would never be thinking we're the only podcast I listen
Yeah.
to. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think
No.
anyone listening to this is just listening to us.
No, exactly. To think you have a monopoly over people's time,
Uh-huh.
you don't.
Yeah.
I was sort of baffled when I found that someone not only listened to this but also listened to Napcast as well. I was like, you are dedicating way too much time to us.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I thought we were the
But
only
why
people
would
that
you
did
do
that.
that?
But
Oh yeah, we love
You
that,
good?
but you know,
yeah,
I genuinely thought we'd be the only people that would ever do that.
I don't even do that.
I know. I don't even do it most of the time.
I don't listen to us, but then again, I edit us, so
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little
Yeah.
different.
yeah.
I listen back sometimes.
You know, if
Not
I
all
look
the
at
time.
all the channels I follow, I was like, I don't watch all their content.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, if I, for example, follow a podcast like ours, I wouldn't watch everything.
Yeah.
You know, I'd see, like, oh, they're talking about this. I don't really care much about that.
Yeah.
So I'll skip this one.
Mhm.
And that's what I hate about YouTube, because then they stop recommending you that channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
like-
never see them again. It's like, I just didn't like the idea, and they were going with it.
Yeah, there is one show / like podcast that I watch, like mainly on the YouTube side, but they like do highlights and stuff. But it's Mr. Sunday Movies, like the Weekly Planet stuff, where like he and his mate basically talk about movies and stuff. But I don't watch that all the time. I go in and
okay.
out.
Yeah.
So like I'll watch his stuff for like their stuff for like a week or so.
Mhm.
And like if they're doing a series on like Batman movies or whatever,
Yeah.
I'll listen and talk
Yeah.
hear about them. But like then I'll just disappear
Mhm.
and then suddenly remember they exist and go, oh yeah. Or something like that. But that's like a year or so later.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'm just scrolling through my subscription list and like I'll find someone and I'm like, oh, I haven't watched you in
Yeah.
like a year.
Uh-huh,
I'm gonna
same.
check that out
Yeah.
and see where you're at. And sometimes I just go back and watch the videos I watched before.
Yeah.
Same, yeah.
Like
Same.
it's
I watch videos, rewatch them all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the same.
If I think something's funny, I'll put it on as background noise constantly. There's certain videos I always just watch while I'm editing. Not editing, fucking writing essays.
I was gonna say it.
Yeah, I
That's
was like,
insane.
fucking-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just have a video on the side just to kind of have that numbing noise.
Yeah.
And then I just type, because, you know, I have to look up sources. I can distract myself if I need a bit of a distraction for a few minutes. That's fine.
Yeah.
Just go back and forth. I just watched the Trigas, like, Keith eats all of a menu.
Christ.
Like, he just eats everything at McDonald's for an episode, everything I talk about. And it's just so mind numbing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I can just put that on and on.
Yeah.
And on.
I'll watch like old like, you know, Tom's got like content stuff like all the time.
Yeah, same.
And to go even older than that, there will be times where I will watch like old AVGN episodes and stuff. But some of that's just nostalgia. But
Yeah.
it happens and it comes in cycles. It's not common, but like
Yeah.
it happens all the time. And I lost count how many times I've watched some of Johnny's reviews.
I have watched those Resident Evil videos far more recently than I'd like to admit.
Oh, dude, you're talking to me. I cycle through rewatching all of those like every couple months, especially since I've started playing the games.
But because I've been playing the games recently, sometimes that's what's on in the background while
Yeah.
I'm playing them. So it's like I've just every time it gets to the end of the playlist, just go back.
I hope we
Yeah.
don't care about plot spoilers
Yeah.
for later ones.
I don't give a shit.
Ah.
It's not like you're retaining content.
No, no.
Have you watched the Village one yet?
I have watched the Village one. I've watched it multiple times.
Oh.
I don't give a shit about the story.
Ah.
It's kind of at this point, it's not the thing I'm focusing on in Resident Evil anymore.
That's fair, yeah. It's just for Village. I feel like that's got a twist that's like
I already know.
I know.
I knew actually. I got that spoiled for me not long after it came out.
Oh damn!
Yeah,
Oh, that was a good twist.
yeah.
I say that I also kind of knew about it beforehand, but that's it. Still felt like good to actually like experience it. so,
Yeah.
Okay, spoilers for Resident Evil Village. Ethan is mold people.
Ethan is more people.
That makes no sense.
Ethan's the main character
Oh my
in
Resident Evil
Yeah,
7
yeah.
and 8. And it's revealed in like the end part of 8 that he died at the beginning of 7.
Cool.
Yeah, so he's just been a mold person this entire time.
Nice.
It doesn't make sense if you haven't played the game.
No.
like, I can't even
wasn't
begin.
expecting context.
It is
Yeah.
hilarious retroactively.
Uh-huh.
though.
Yeah, it's to kind of circle back to the Watchers
Yeah.
thing. The whole even the month thing, that was the slow death of Rooster Teeth. They started up Rooster Teeth first, however fucking long ago.
It was like what, early 2000s?
I think so. They
It
had
had to
been
be
doing-
around the time Red
Yeah.
versus Blue started.
Yeah.
And that was 2003.
I want to say they probably started that in like 2007ish.
Okay.
I think.
I'm not an expert, obviously, so I could be very wrong. I just remember like seeing the opening of like the first episode of Red vs. Blue and seeing the Rooster Teeth logo.
Yeah, I mean, Rooster Teeth's been around since Red vs. Blue, but first.
Sorry. Yeah, I got confused. My bad. I thought we were still talking about starting up Rooster Teeth.
No. So they're sort of like premium service Rooster Teeth first. They started in, I want to say 2007, maybe 2010 at the latest. And that was like, I don't know how much a month it was because I never actually subscribed to it. But it was like they locked a bunch of stuff behind it, and some stuff it was like they'd put on there and it'd come out like a whole month later. Like I remember at one point when I was caught up with Red vs. Blue, when one of the seasons was coming out, like it would go onto Rooster Teeth first, and you'd have to wait a month or so for it to come onto YouTube, and like that is what slowly killed them.
Like that's painful. Yeah. It also probably didn't help that Red vs. Blue was just kind of declining.
Red vs. Blue was sort of tanked at that point. Yeah, I think it was the first season when it kind of came back to the main story.
Okay.
That I remember being caught up with it, but it was that whole thing, and sort of the way they, I think at that point perceived themselves as a company. As like this media conglomerate that could sort of like do anything. They had this service, they had this dedicated fan base, is what bled them to death to the point that they're now shut down. They're no longer operating.
Yeah, they're dead.
They're dead.
I mean, this is just something you don't really come back from. Like when we first heard about this Watcher thing, we all kind of were reminded of the Fine Bros trying to copyright
the word react.
The word react. And
what
at that time,
ego.
like remember that time on YouTube though, everyone was doing reaction videos.
Yeah. It was the big thing at the time.
Exactly. To just suddenly be like, we own that, we get paid, and then we pay you a sum.
Yeah.
That was like at first, because again, when that happened, I was still quite young. I was like, no, it makes sense.
Well, 2015.
And I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Wait a second. No, it fucking doesn't.
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
It was what, the React partnership program or something?
Yeah.
It's like how...
React World.
React World,
Yes.
that's it. It's like how at one point, to play Nintendo games on YouTube, you had to like...
Partner with them. And give them a cut.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And people rightly got angry.
Yeah, you essentially had to like sign up to this thing, even if you weren't making money off your content,
Oh my god.
to be able to do that without it getting pulled down.
I remember that so vividly as well, because right as this was happening, you had Sega that was just like, hey, if you want to make fan games of our stuff, you go right ahead. You use our footage.
Yeah, you do that.
I remember...
Because the console wars never died.
No. I remember at one point when I was thinking about getting back into streaming, like, I wanted to play Pokemon or something. And I remember like furiously Googling, like, is this still a thing? Do I still have to? And this was like 2022.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
I mean, that's fair.
I couldn't remember if it had died or not. Because Nintendo are shit at communicating this sort of stuff.
And there's so many other practices that are just terrible when it comes to online stuff.
Yup.
Like, I haven't heard from the Fine Bros since, to be fair.
I
stopped watching, but like, they went on. I mean, I don't know if they're still around now, but they were still on for a while.
Yeah, because they did the whole kids react, teens react. Like, again, that was the time of YouTube that did so well. Yeah. And I've seen so much of that.
Yeah.
And now I see all these, like, the people that were on kids react and then went to teens react. Yeah. They're now speaking out. I was like, it was not fun.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. Like the main, I forget her name, but they're like the main girl that would be in like those videos and stuff. She has a history, like a story.
I follow her, but I think her name's Leah Marie Johnson or something.
Something like that.
She was, I don't think it's fully to blame on
not them, but like,
it was not helping.
It wasn't helped, no.
She's had several like mental breakdowns.
Yeah.
I think she's
getting better
some
now.
Songs. She's wrote some really, really nice, like, emotional songs. They're really good. But poor girl.
Yeah. I have seen other footage of like the other kids that were just like, fuck the Flying Brothers.
Yeah. Like they got paid jack shit for being the stars.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds so stupid to say stars, but
no, but they were the
face.
video. Yeah.
They were the content we were there to see.
Yeah, and I remember at some point one of them talking about, the audition process, it's nerve-wracking because you have to be entertaining in your reaction. So you're sitting there watching a video, and you guys both know I'm a very just stoic.
Yeah.
If I was forced to react to something,
It wouldn't be natural.
Oh my god. So,
You'd have to put so much
no
effort.
way. No, that's crazy.
I feel like I'd have to put so much effort as well.
And you just become a caricature of yourself.
Yeah.
Like YouTubers react, I almost want to say they'd be used to it.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
cameras on, personalities
Yeah.
on, because that's just their job.
They're sort of
But
not professionals, but like, you know, they're more professional than
Yeah.
actual children.
yeah, it's. I'm kind of happy the React thing died down a bit.
Well,
I mean, it's still.
Oh no, are they still active?
yeah, they posted the video 49 minutes ago.
Still the same type of content as
It
well.
looks like it.
Oh,
Hold on. Guess the West Coast rapper and song from the lyrics.
Well, that's a fall right there.
But they've just fully rebranded everything as
Wow.
React.
No, I remember that change happening. Yeah.
So like every video has React at the end of it now. That's wow. I don't see them doing
Any
the
React
same
things?
React things.
Okay.
It's a lot of guess the
Ugh.
or do X no X.
Yeah, no. It is sad to see though, because we've had so many YouTubers kind of have a fall from grace.
Yeah.
And then you see them when you scroll through your subscription and they're like, oh my god, you went through from like 1 million views per
Yeah.
video to like 10K,
Mhm.
which is still great.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, but to see that fall, and some are too desperately still clinging.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like it's not
Oh.
like the Smosh thing where they recognize that, you know, you can't keep that popularity
No.
forever.
Yeah.
So they've like shifted into something that like
Yeah.
still works and
Mhm.
like they've evolved with the times and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd still say they're actually way better now than they were in the past, but you know.
But they've had like their really good moments.
Yeah,
but
like
that
they had
could be-
their ups and downs.
It could
but-
be nostalgia for me as well, because when they made their gaming channel, I was so invested.
Oh, same.
I was like, I love all these new characters. This is the best thing ever. They're playing Just Dance every
Yeah.
Halloween. Oh my goodness.
They're gonna play Minecraft eventually.
It was Mari Craft.
I know, but I remember the hype. There were every
Yes.
video was like play Minecraft because Minecraft was
That was
fucking
also
huge.
the big
Okay.
thing at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a huge meme, and then they finally did it, and it was like what?
What?
And then I
It's
stopped
so-
caring after a while.
It's so
but
weird because the actual games channel now just
it's board
has-
games.
yeah, it's either
Yeah.
board games or just
Challenges
nothing to
and
do
shit.
with games.
Five
Yeah.
Nights at
Yeah.
Freddy's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think again, that's just a product of times changing.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Like,
like they've evolved.
Gaming is not as big
No.
as it was back then, because that was everyone was doing it.
Yeah,
Everyone was
everyone
doing-
had a gaming channel back
Yeah.
then.
Gaming now is like you've got to stream that on Twitch.
Yes.
And you'll probably have the archive on some other YouTube channel.
Mhm.
Like it's not you can't really do it solely on YouTube anymore.
No.
Like Let's Plays are dead,
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
except for that one Let's Play channel I'm still watching. SGB,
Ah, okay.
but they aren't big, obviously.
yeah,
so
yeah.
It's so fun to like. We've all been present, kind of,
Yeah.
through the growth of YouTube, which is
we've seen it all.
yeah. It started with, you have your main channel, you do comedy sketches, then you make your vlog channel.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
second
Side,
channel.
And then you just show everything in your life, and then you're like gaming channel.
And-
I'm like, how do you?
Oh,
how?
the content cycle must have been insane.
Oh
I can't
my
believe I'm
God,
bringing
yeah.
this fucking name up because of the shit that happened, but like Tobuscus.
Oh, Christ.
I never followed him, so I'm.
I
happy
followed
to
him for
not
a
know.
while, but like I think I stopped like just before or like right when the controversy started, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with you.
Mm,
Yeah.
But I remember he had his main stuff, and then he had his vlog channel,
Yeah.
and then he had his gaming channel,
mhm.
and that was just the standard format at
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, that's just here's the links to my vlog and my gaming channel.
Mm.
Like, do you ever get a fucking break?
Yeah, like imagine being on like 24/7.
Because I remember Anthony Padilla from Swash. He had a vlog channel at the time where he was working his ass off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you do it? Like, as fans, you kind of look at it as like, yeah, I want as much content. I want to see this creator as much as possible. But now as an adult, you kind of realize
You sort of
it's
reflect.
unhealthy
Yeah.
to expect or even want
Mm.
that. It's too much.
Like if at this point if I see a YouTuber doing that, I'm like, oh, you're going to go through so much pain, or
Yeah.
you're currently going through so much pain.
daily vlogging, don't do that.
Don't no.
Fucking
No.
don't. No one, like, I wouldn't want any to put that on anyone. I'm like, weekly's fine. even to every 2 weeks.
Hell, didn't like Ian
Yeah.
and Anthony like at one point during Smosh have like daily vlogs?
Yeah.
and that's. I'm not sure if they talked about it, but I feel like that's part of what fucking killed them.
I don't know. It's because they made too much content.
Yeah.
Because I
And
remember watching.
obviously they had
all of
Defy
that.
because of forcing them to do that as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Really.
even pre-Defy, it was insane because they would do their comedy sketches, then their behind the scenes that was all uploaded, I
yeah,
believe,
yeah.
on the same day. Then they would have weekly mail they looked
yeah,
through because
yeah.
that was a big thing.
Yeah.
They had
Remember
lunchtime with
that?
Smosh.
Yeah.
Lunchtime with Smosh was a thing. We had Super Mario Fun Time every Friday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when
Yeah.
games came around, that was every single day.
Like Super Mario Friday was before games.
Oh really?
Yeah, she came in before Smosh Games.
Oh okay.
She was like every Friday she would do Smosh Pit Weekly
Okay.
and talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
all the internet news from the week, and they like auditioned people for that. And she was like the first recognizable. Like,
Wasn't there a
Really?
game series on the main channel before the games channel opened?
I don't think so.
Because I'm sure there was one of like Ian and Anthony playing Amnesia.
It could have been.
It could have been
Ian,
like maybe a one-off.
Smosh's board was another thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
it is.
that's
Yeah, and they because they
I
went through
forgot
like
about
a whole
Smosh's board.
bunch of
Yeah.
different video games at that point because they done like a special episode of it when Anthony came back on the new Amnesia game, I think.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand the context of this.
But they were doing too much, and like again, I was a kid, and I was like, yes,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
day,
More,
new video,
more, more.
But you're still, watching like 7-8 creators, or you're like more.
Like I
Yeah.
can still.
Fill my day.
I remember the announcement video for like Smosh Games like 10 years ago,
Yes.
and when they were like new videos every single day, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And now I hear that and I'm like, no,
No.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like you could never keep up with that anymore.
No.
no.
Like as a kid, it's like, yeah, okay, I go to bed, I open my subscription tab, which is, chronological, and I
Yeah.
scroll through everything I missed in
Yeah.
the day, and I watch it. But
God.
now
I can't do that
I could-
anymore.
No, I remember the first time someone told me, "Oh, I don't use my subscription tab. I just use the homepage." I was like, "Are you insane? Are you missing so much?" I've done that now for the past 5-6 years.
I've
Yeah.
never used my subscription tab.
I did.
I did
A long time ago.
Yeah.
But it's because when I started watching YouTube, I was like only watching like every Yogscast channel. So that was easy to-
Those
Yeah,
were
yeah.
the days.
Yeah, so that was easy to keep track of. You just
Yeah,
went
yeah,
through
yeah,
like
yeah.
however many channels,
Yeah.
and then it was like after that was when I like started looking and like I started expanding out into other places, and so I just started using my recommended page,
Yeah.
and eventually it filtered into whatever fucking mess it is now.
It's like a
Yeah.
merger of your subscriptions plus other shit that
Yeah.
you don't care about, but YouTube really wants to.
Sometimes I'll see something and end up clicking
Yeah.
on it,
Same, yeah.
but the vast majority of it is like,
Oh,
and honestly, it keeps like going from like what I'm watching right now, or somebody's recommending me a video I've seen recently.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of those.
Yeah, to just like something I'm like, I don't fucking want to watch any of this. I don't know why you're recommending me this.
I hate the shit. I don't know if this is like in the last year or so, but it feels like YouTube has a thing now where like it'll recommend you one video from some random place that only has like 200 views.
yes.
I've noticed this when on the TV app, when I finish watching a video, the third or fourth video in is always like from a really small
Yeah.
like channel, like and it's usually like a stream,
Mm.
like a
yeah.
a VOD archive or something.
Yeah.
Where it's like a really long video and it has
Like
like
double
10
digits.
views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird. I like that in the sense of like that's how you get creators out there, and it's how
Yeah,
you
you're
kinda,
pushing like new creators. I'll support that.
Uh-huh.
But like, I don't know if it's just my recommendations. I always get like very suspicious of those kind of channels.
same.
I've got a couple where I'm like, oh, if I weren't in whatever flow I'm in right now,
Yeah.
I'd probably click on that because a couple of times it's recommended me like people who stream Final Fantasy 14, and I've gone,
Yes, please.
fuck, no, I gotta come back to that later, and then you never
Yeah.
find it. But it's because at that point I'm not down to watch like
Yeah.
a 6-hour stream, because
Yeah.
if I'm watching someone else play Final Fantasy 14, I'm wanting to actually be invested in watching them play it, because
Yeah.
it's obviously a game that's very special to me in that
Yeah,
sense,
yeah,
because you know it's the community aspect stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Literally the last like possible recommendation I've got that's actually been valuable to me from like a new channel for me anyway has been the recommendation of Erev's voice actress.
Oh yeah,
who's a
that's
streamer.
right.
I didn't know that until it got recommended. I was like, oh shit, that's actually interesting.
I think that came up for me a couple of days before you sent me the link, but I forgot about it. I was like, I need to save that, and then forgot.
But I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a personal connection weirdly to the algorithm though? And what it suggests? Like you've trained this algorithm
somewhat
to suggest you.
Not like a super deep one, but
If I have to start over, I'd be pissed.
And
devastated.
I'll be honest, sometimes I feel like I do want to just start afresh just to get out gunk.
Yeah, sometimes it's like I'm done with whatever cycle I'm in and I want to get into something else, but the algorithm's still recommending me all that stuff. And it does go through it follows my cycles of like what I'm watching.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's recommending me nothing but VTuber content. Sometimes it's recommending me nothing but stuff related to like the Some Call Me Johnny videos, that sort of like video game analysis where like if I'm not super familiar with the creator, I don't give a fuck and I'm not wanting to hear what you want to say.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't care about your opinion, so I don't want to hear it.
You're not like a personality I really care about.
Yeah. And then other times it's like recommending me nothing but Smosh videos. You know, it depends what I'm. I don't have a personal attachment, I think, in that sense.
And then there's old reliable for me shitposts. Shitpost or meme reading.
No.
I don't get that much.
Really?
No.
I get them.
I think maybe because we keep our like shit posting and meme stuff to like Instagram.
That's
Reels.
true. Yeah, I don't have as many outlets.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like my algorithm knows me too well. Again,
You're one with the
this
machine.
is like 10 years in the making at this point. I get that.
Yeah.
It can tell when I'm starting to like, nah, I don't like this creator much, and they'll put it at like the bottom
Wow.
of my
Okay.
recommended, just to be like, are you sure? You still want this? I'm like, yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll put it back up there. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Like, it's weird because I have certain videos I would watch at work, certain videos I prefer to watch at home.
Yeah.
And it knows.
It knows. Even though my shift's changed, it knows.
You are chained now.
Yeah, no, it's like the Instagram. If you had to do all that,
Yeah.
because you know you have your explore, whatever it's called, and it's just like these are all things I would realistically click on.
Yeah.
These are all things I'm interested in. If I had to retrain, oh my god,
That's why I don't really use TikTok much, because
it's not trained yet.
No, it's not trained on the sort of stuff I want to see, so it's just recommending me whatever's popular, and it's like that's not interesting.
I also feel like the fear that like I have heard stories that like it gets trained too well too fast.
Yeah,
it does,
and that's like a red flag.
Yeah,
and it's such a strange conversation to even have. Like, imagine this 10 years ago, where we're like, this app knows me too well.
Yeah.
Like, normally people would be creeped out. I'm like, no, it's good. Because you'll stay longer.
Yeah.
It's exactly what they want. But yeah,
get your duration.
Yeah, but YouTube in itself is fascinating to me.
Yeah.
It's quite the infrastructure at this point.
Yeah.
I kind of...
And the algorithms change so many times. You
Yeah.
could like Matt Pat sort of talked about where like he's gone over like how much it's changed over the years and stuff and given like a good history of it all. From
The
like
thing
when
is
it really started. Sorry, you go.
Sorry, no. It's just, I was going to say, it's like, even tracking the history of it, it's like, at this point, I don't think Google really knows
they have no
what it's
fucking
doing,
idea.
because the algorithm is sort of like training itself at this point.
It's its own beast.
It's a black box. Like, you can't go into it and go, oh, well, okay,
They
so...
suggest this because of this.
Yeah,
No.
like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
Only the algorithm knows.
Yeah. Christ. We are living in the weird dystopian future.
We're getting there at the very least.
Oh no, we're there. Like, if you were to tell your grandparents this, it's like, okay, so I'm watching videos.
I have tried.
I don't because my dad is still of the type where he still asks me, have you not watched every video on YouTube at this point?
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, I don't know.
even get it.
No, when I hear that, I'm just like, there's no fucking way I can explain to him.
No.
Like, as we're talking right now, every
Yeah.
word that comes out of my mouth is like a million videos.
Yeah, exactly.
My mom kind of gets it because she sort of uses YouTube. So like she'll go through her whatever, phases she has, and it's like a lot of it's like Americans try British candy or whatever, and it's
classic BuzzFeed.
it's not even BuzzFeed.
No, it's moved on.
It's like a whole like
microcosm
because we were all only in our own communities. It's like I didn't realize it's such like a massive subset of YouTube itself.
Yeah.
It's its own
Yeah.
community.
Like I said, I just talked about like meme readings and stuff.
Mhm.
There are many channels that do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a YouTuber I subscribe to who does like Tumblr
Yeah.
post reading, and that's like again a whole.
A
Remember
whole
when
thing.
Reddit reading was like a whole?
Yeah, that was
I
like a
had,
huge
I
thing.
had a summer
A summer, yeah.
of daily uploads. Oh my god.
See, I couldn't
Yeah.
ever get into that because I was stuck on Reddit. So what they were reading out was
Yeah.
shit I'd already seen.
Yeah.
I did start noticing that because I was following like 2 or 3 channels that all do daily uploads.
Yeah.
Which don't do that.
No.
No.
Even though it's relatively easy
Mhm.
content because it would be like 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's no face cam, it was just the text, yada yada on screen. It's too much. And even I would be like, I've heard this one already.
Yeah.
I don't want this.
Like
The-
we've occasionally like at least once I know for a fact we've sent videos to each other on like Tumblr like post reading
Yeah.
and stuff, and there have been times where like watched that and I was like, I've seen this post like 50 times already just on
Yeah,
my
but
feed
it's-
from Reddit.
Yeah.
It circles around. So many Tumblr posts and even like old Twitter interactions, stuff like that. They'll just make the rounds every year.
Yeah.
Or so.
yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
like-
I know this.
There were people who I watched who were kind of like, is it Gianni?
Yeah, Gianni is something.
Who do like funny voices or whatever, who like put something to it. And then there was the era of channels who did text to speech.
Yeah.
And that was insane because they would do daily uploads and they would do like, r/nice guys or, mildly infuriating or whatever.
Yeah.
And it would be like, eventually you were just seeing the same
Shit.
stuff.
Over
And
and
evenally
over.
all of it just fucking disappeared. I don't mean like it stopped getting recommended to me. All of it got deleted.
It got
Yeah.
stopped.
It got pulled off and like
'Cause it-
none of it came again.
Yeah, but I get why.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the like most minimal effort content.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we see it on Instagram and TikTok all the time where it's just AI voice reading
Oh,
a Reddit post
yeah.
over fucking Subway servers or some Minecraft parkour.
And
The
to,
thing-
to talk about a bit of like the Reddit side, just that there was a huge, obviously, talk of like people like they stole my fucking post,
Uh-huh.
and I'm not seeing anything from this, but they're getting money just by like
Yeah.
putting an AI voice over this and monetizing that video.
I will say the text-to-speech ones were far more entertaining than the AI ones that we have right now.
yeah.
The text-to-speech ones were funny because of the way they pronounce shit.
Yeah,
No emotion.
AI
and
voices
they try.
suck.
they're just bad.
Yeah, they're actually awful. Like, they sound terrible.
Can't believe
Yeah.
I missed text to speech Daniel voice.
Yeah. Like I recently had to use an AI for a video essay I was
Mhm.
making, and like you can make only certain bite-sized bits.
Yeah.
Oh,
of
of
it.
course, yeah,
And like as you go closer to the end, it just doesn't try anymore.
Mhm.
yeah.
The word audience, it was just like audience.
Yeah.
Like no, who told you this?
The energy's just going down and down
yeah,
as it
like
goes
it
on.
would start at a certain volume, it would just gradually go down. I'm like,
Mhm.
you're
Please
an AI.
recharge battery.
Yeah, like I know it's more human like to
Yeah.
do that, but come on,
Not like this.
I don't know if you've seen the more recent like version of the trend of like the text message conversations with like AI reading it where
The
they're
song.
singing.
I
I
like the
hate
songs.
to admit that those
Some are bombs.
yes,
Oh.
some are
No,
amazing.
No, honestly, yeah, I get that. At least it's some sort of variant.
yeah.
I just recently saw a really good one. I'll share with you guys if I find it. But it was a Snapchat conversation
Uh-huh.
of an ex-girlfriend sent this guy something, and she was like, "Don't open it, please. Don't open it." And it's a long conversation where she basically says, "It's confidential. Please don't open it." It's
Do
like, what is
not.
it? Is it nude? No, it's not.
Do not open it. It is confidential.
Like at the end, it leads to her. This girl saying like, "It has to do with the presidential candidate.
Oh my god.
It's not nudes. Du- du- du-
It could
du.
cost you over $1 million.
It's not nudes. Du- du- du-
From-
du.
Nudes."
From Monica Lewinsky.
I'll send the note because like those are funny, but we're gonna get to a point.
Yeah.
Because the first time I heard one of those, I was like, "Oh, that's so fun that someone's making music out of
Uh-huh.
this."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Oh, this is bad."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hate this in like a week.
Yeah.
And for the sake of musicians,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
not good.
Not great.
No.
No.
It's funny, but again, it's like it's all about the application
Yeah.
of it. Keeping it to just those funny memes, I think that's fine because it
Yeah.
can coexist with all the other types of memes that we
Absolutely.
have.
Yeah.
And it's not ever going to displace the people like
Mhm.
Gianni who do those voiceovers.
The actual genuine effort.
Yeah. but it does lead to the possibility that people will then use it to make actual music.
And that's where we have the problem.
That's
Yeah.
where it becomes a fucking problem.
Have you guys seen the SpongeBob like trap rap?
Yeah, probably.
I probably have, yeah.
There's like a whole like story to it as well, and that shit goes hard. I wasn't expecting it. It's actually pretty good. I hate to admit it.
Yeah.
Gotta send it later.
I'll try and find
Yeah.
it again. I don't remember what it's called, but it was pretty funny. The thing is, I'm really against the use of AI and the
We
sense
all
of
are.
like, you know,
Yeah, because plagiarism is
Yeah,
bad.
don't
Yeah.
use other people's art
Mhm.
to train your fucking AI.
Yeah.
It pisses me off.
yeah,
Like, why would... Like, if someone, for example, took this podcast
Yeah.
and just fed it into a machine, they're like, here's a new episode for you.
Yeah, like try
Why the
to
fuck
train
would
an
you do
AI
that?
to mimic our voices so we wouldn't
Mhm.
have to do this. I feel genuinely hurt.
I think
Yeah.
there's a website that you can go to, and it's like it's pulled like audio from like every YouTuber's videos
Mhm.
and like created like synthetic voices of
Yeah,
them,
no,
and
I
like you
don't
can
like-
just type in
Yeah.
stuff for them to say.
I have seen stuff with like MatPat and stuff
Mhm.
that's like videos on like that.
Yeah,
Which
Yeah.
is
I've
I don't
heard
know.
a couple of the Markiplier ones. The Markiplier ones can be scarily accurate.
Yeah.
though.
yeah.
But he has a very distinctive
He does,
voice,
yeah.
So it makes sense.
Everything about Mark is just distinctive.
Yeah. What a lad.
So that's the Pioneer, you're 7?
Metro Man.
But yeah, it just, even with those AI song
Mm-hmm.
things, like, do you guys know the I really, really, really like this image
Yes.
song thing of the hedgehog or
Yeah,
some
yeah,
shit?
yeah.
It's an old Facebook post.
Yeah,
of
I
a
remember.
woman.
I've seen this video. I
She
remember.
posted a picture of Facebook of like a hedgehog doing a thumbs up or
I
something.
really, really,
And-
really.
Oh,
This-
okay,
yeah.
yeah. I know what you're
And
talking
like
about.
this actual band made a song out of it, and it's
Mhm.
so well made.
Yeah,
and
that
it's
still
so
pops in my
fun.
head
Yeah.
occasionally.
Yeah, and then if you compare that to this AI stuff, it doesn't hit the
It's not the
same.
same.
No.
It doesn't hit the same.
Where is the soul?
Yeah, you're just missing the.
Je ne sais
This
quoi.
is soulless.
Is it the je ne sais quoi?
It's a certain je ne sais quoi. So it's
Will you both shut up?
But
What
yeah.
are you two fucking talking about?
So YouTube, huh?
Yeah.
YouTube is just an ever-changing landscape, and it's fun,
Mm.
kind
Yeah.
of being there to watch it
Yeah.
happen.
I
But,
do wonder.
Oh my god! In 10 years.
Yeah, I do wonder if
Yeah.
we're in like the
Oh.
death knell of it though.
Yeah.
Because it simultaneously feels like it's going to be inevitable, but it's so also difficult to see.
Mhm.
I think it'll continue on. I think as much as content creators, it's like say, oh, you know, it could all end tomorrow and I could be out of a job type thing. It's
Yeah.
like,
Nah.
yeah, only by your own making.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be because YouTube dies as a platform.
Because like, I think what they used to mean when they said that is when AdSense was the only way to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, if YouTube was like, that's your AdSense,
Yeah.
fuck you.
And the
That's
apocalypse happened.
Yeah. But nowadays they have like sponsorships and
Mhm.
Patreons. Like there's actively now ways
There are
to
support
stop
networks.
that from
Yeah.
happening. Even though support networks are not always as great. as
Yeah,
they-
yeah. I mean, they're not always superb, but
Yeah.
you know, it's
They
it's
help.
something. Yeah.
I think the way I see it is you now have certain services, YouTube, Spotify,
Mhm.
Twitch. Maybe,
Twitch.
Depending on. If
I
you're a
was gonna
gamer,
say
but-
Twitter, but
And that's
we can sort of take that out now because of
Yeah.
Elon.
Mhm.
But had he not bought it, YouTube, Spotify, Twitch.
I
That really all
Twitch is-
depends on if you're a gaming channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realized that as I said it.
But like,
No, but for streaming, it is the monopoly. If
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
catch my stream
uh-huh.
on Twitch,
Like unless you're like a specific groups, you're
Mhm.
not going to be streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
No.
I think they've sort of become like certain TV networks,
Mhm.
like the BBC, or I'm trying to think of like an American equivalent,
PBS.
PBS.
'Cause
Mhm.
just going from like publicly funded.
Yeah, in the sense that they're just kind of always going to be around.
Yeah.
What form and shape they'll take in terms of content, it remains to be seen. But because it is going to be so impossible at this point to create a rival for YouTube,
Yeah, it's too big.
there is
Yeah.
no other company that could actually absorb
No.
the costs that it takes to run somewhere
And
like that.
It's huge. Like
Yeah.
the server rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't build that up.
No.
Unfathomable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Remember
not.
Daily Motion?
Oh god. It's
Remember
still
Vimeo.
Vimeo's still
Vimeo.
Vimeo's still a thing, but it's for
Yes.
very like certain purposes,
Yeah,
and
no.
they know that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Vimeo's-
dead.
No,
No,
Vimeo's
Vimeo's
still a
alive,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Remember, what was it, like Blip TV or something?
yeah.
I tried to use Vimeo once or twice because YouTube was like, no, there's a copyright song in there. Can't
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only time you
Straight
ever
to
use it.
Vimeo.
I remember when the Batman trailer came out, however long
On
ago
Vimeo.
before the film. No, Matt Reeves, the director, posted the 4K version to Vimeo
Ah.
because it looked better than it did on YouTube.
Nice.
Okay.
And I think this was maybe before like YouTube had like proper
Oh,
4K
yeah,
support
yeah.
as well.
I mean, to be fair, who's watching on like a 4K monitor?
Yeah.
On a monitor, yeah. I watch on a 4K TV.
Oh yeah, you've
so
got if you're
Yeah.
watching on TV, but I don't think most people are watching on TV for YouTube.
I think you'd be surprised how many people have 4K monitors now.
Okay.
I
I do say that like my reference for that is from a few years ago.
Yeah.
But like 4K monitors have blown up a little bit. So
so yeah, I think YouTube will always be around now.
Yeah.
And if it does come to an end, we're gonna be able to see it a long way off
Oh yeah.
in different in a way that I don't think we currently can see. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anything threatening it right now.
There
Okay.
needs to be something ready to kind of replace it before that can
yeah, like
happen.
Yeah.
there'll be a competitor that just
Yeah.
slowly grows more and more.
like some sort of Netflix, whatever. I
Uh-huh.
don't think we can, as you said, think of it now.
No.
we can't see it now.
No. Fucking Neuralink might do. I don't know.
Sorry, oh man, what was my thought for a second there? I had a thought.
A single thought.
I
A
had a
brain
single
cell.
thought.
It hit like the DVD logo.
Yeah.
I'll throw you the brain cell.
I don't. You've stolen all mine already.
Aw. We couldn't possibly conceive what
No.
would take
YouTube,
over.
Netflix. What would- Oh, sorry.
Cables.
Yeah, the competitor thing. It's sort of like the way that because Elon's bought over Twitter and is currently running it into the ground.
Yeah.
You have things like Blue Sky or Mastodon to a certain extent, and a couple of other ones.
Blue Sky, which I'd love to get on if you know I could actually get on it.
you can now.
You can now?
Yeah, I mean, I could have sent you an invite code ages ago.
I mean,
I was on it, and when you're on it,
I didn't know you
have-
could. I thought you was only like certain people could.
No.
I didn't think to ask.
When you're actually on it, or at the time when it was in closed beta, if you got invited, you would generate invite codes every so often.
Oh, I
so
didn't know
for the
that.
longest time, because I had the two accounts, I was maxed out on invite codes because at that point it kind of plateaued to the point where everyone who was kind of wanting on it through invites had got on it.
Yeah.
But now it's open to the public.
Okay, I should maybe get on that.
I think because let me check the account and see that it's not got invites still sitting there, but I can still send you one anyway. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, I think it'll take a while for Blue Sky to build up because I'm not on it super often because not everyone's kind of come over yet.
I'm taking over like Twitter. It's
It takes
like now.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see what the future holds. Also terrified, but we'll see.
Yeah. Can we just reset back to the earlier internet? Not early
Yeah.
internet, but like earlier internet. Of
Yeah.
Like maybe 2009 or something, where it felt like all these social media sites aren't possibly going to cause too much damage.
It's just pictures.
Yeah, not like,
What
you
did
know,
they
international politics level.
Oh. It's baffling to think that like 11 years ago, no, 12, 13 years ago,
Yeah.
like that, it was just not as integrated into our lives as it was.
Remember when like governments were joining the social media and like, oh, they're trying to connect with the kids,
Yeah.
and now it's like actual foreign or like domestic policy will be announced on social media.
Now
Yeah.
it's legit. Breaking news.
Yeah.
This person died.
Yeah.
Well, I can trust them. It's on Twitter and it's BBC.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's got the blue check mark,
I
Yeah,
can
that's.
trust
which you can just buy now, and most of them are
I don't
bots.
want to think about it.
Well, we've been over an hour, so we don't need to
Yeah.
keep scrambling for.
I think we're all,
We're
talked
checked
out
out.
of
Yeah,
all this.
yeah.
Depressing.
We're talking about that, and like this is where we're aiming content.
We are on
Yeah.
YouTube currently.
Yeah, we're
We
putting it
love you,
on a
YouTube.
can. We're putting it in a Canon.
No,
Fire.
notice us,
Yeah.
YouTube gods.
Yeah.
Send us algorithm magic.
If you are listening to this on Spotify or your podcast platform of choice,
We still see you and we love you.
Yeah.
it would
see
be
you.
very helpful
Yeah,
if you listened on YouTube.
if you consider that.
If you subscribed, even if you prefer listening to it on the go with us,
That's fair.
That's
that makes
fine.
sense.
just stick it on in the background, mute the tab, give us the view.
Shameless.
Shameless
You know,
plug.
it
Wow.
just, you know, it helps out.
You do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do it when the new episode comes out. I
No
mute my
shame.
phone. I put that shit because I got YouTube Premium. I just lock my phone.
Yeah.
I use my
just leave
personal
that
account to
pretty.
like the video. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I'm the same.
What? Don't tell them that.
Yeah, I like my own post and I'll do it again.
So yeah, if you are listening on a podcast platform, it would make us immensely happy. Sorry, that sounds emotionally manipulative.
Yeah,
Please.
it's only $5. You can't afford $5.
I'll tell you what, it's free. You can subscribe to us over on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can like some of our videos. Just stick it on in the background if you've listened to it before.
The button just went all shiny.
If you can hit that bell icon, and you'll get notifications whenever a new episode
Kick it into the
comes out.
fucking stratosphere.
Yeah.
Make it ring.
Podcast platforms are. I don't understand the analytics of them, so I don't know if we're doing well. But there's also no monetization to it, so it's helpful if
On
we can-
YouTube.
if you're on YouTube, so we can build an audience, and even if you're listening on the go, that's fine.
We see you.
We
see you. We
yeah.
love you.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, join us in a couple of weeks where we're going to be watching. We're going to be talking about Midnight Owl Goku and Hell's Moving Castle.
Hope you look
and
forward to that.
We're going to be ending the season soon, so
Yeah.
always looking forward to the future.
The
The future?
The beautiful
The
future.
beautiful future.
That's what I think I was going for.
Future.
But it merged in your head
It merged,
into the
yeah.
future.
Yeah.
The future.
I'm calling it the future.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you
Bye.
there.
Bye bye.